Hi, I'm Roger and welcome back to the Tractor Tech channel. Today I'm going to show you how to change the fuel filter underneath your Kubota BX series tractor. Before I proceed with this video, I want to let you know that I've already done the Racor fuel filter upgrade on this tractor. If you have not done it to your tractor, I highly recommend that you do it to eliminate future problems with your fuel filter underneath of your Kubota BX tractor. To do this video, I had to return the tractor back to stock and put the stock fuel filter back on there. So the procedure is not going to be affected by having this fuel filter on the tractor. The tools you're going to need are a light, 10mm socket on a ratchet, or in my case I like to use a nut driver on something like that, a pair of pliers. Then you're going to need a couple pinch off tools. The small one here is probably the best. I have two of them, but the one's in use on something currently. You're definitely going to need a small one on the rear because there's not much room. On the front, these are pretty nice. They're like a pair of pliers. See if I can get them to work with my left hand. There, they're open. You squeeze them closed. These work well also. They're just really big for something like this. And then these work pretty good for getting a hose that's stuck on something off. You can see they're marked tube and hose side, but you can get that in between the filter and the hose and squeeze, and it will help push the hose off. If your hose is stuck on the filter, you can carefully use a pair of pliers to twist on it. You just don't want to damage the hose. I'm underneath the tractor now. At the rear, you can see right here is the skid plate. Above it's the fuel filter. Don't pay attention to this line with the clamp on it because that goes to my Racor fuel filter upgrade. So first thing we're going to do is use a clamp, and you need a pretty small clamp to get to the rear hose. I'm going to clamp the rear hose off and then clamp the front hose off. That way to minimize the amount of fuel that's lost and so you don't get covered in fuel. Now when you clamp these hoses, you don't need to kill them. You just need to snug it down a little bit so that there's not any fuel getting out, because it's not like it's under pressure. So I'll go ahead and put the clamps on now. Now I have the hose pinch off tools installed, so I'm just going to use a regular pair of pliers to remove the hose clamps from the fuel filter. Now that both hose clamps are removed, I'm going to slide my drain pan underneath and then remove the hoses. There's one off with no drippage. I'm going to have to move the camera to get the other one because the camera's in my way. Neither one of them dripped since I had the hose pinch off tools on the hoses. Now I'll take my 10mm socket. You just need to loosen this because it clamps the filter in. The filter will slide out. There's the filter. You can see there's not much to these filters on these tractors. Now we're ready to install the new fuel filter. Be sure that when you install it, that the flow is going the right way. The filter is in the holder. I'm going to go ahead and slip my line on in the rear. I'll slip my front line on. Just as a disclaimer, I'm putting the old filter back on because, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm just doing this as a how-to because it was a viewer request. I have a Racor fuel filter upgrade. Once I'm done with this video, This filter's coming right back off. Now that the filter's on, I'll put the clamp on the front and rear of the filter. We can tighten the fuel filter mount back down. And lastly, the hose pinch off tools can be removed. Then just check and make sure that your filter, check and make sure that this hose here is not kinked shut. Then now remove all of your tools from underneath the tractor because you're done with this portion. Now that the filter's back on, we're ready to get the air out. It's real simple on this tractor. Turn the key on. You can listen to it, how it sounds there. I guess you can hear it on the camera, but it's getting the air out there. Then after you've done that, now's a good time to get underneath the tractor, check, make sure you don't have any leaks. Then if everything's good, you're ready to start the tractor. I like to start it, let it run for a couple minutes, just to be sure all the air is out of it, and then recheck for leaks. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this.